My name, said the knight, raising his helmet, is better known, my lineage more pure, Malvoisin, than thine own. I am Wilfred of Ivanhoe. I will not fight with thee, said the Templar, in a changed and hollow voice. Get thy wounds healed, purvey thee with a fresh horse, and it may be I will hold it worth my while to scourge out of thee this boyish spirit of bravado. Ha! Proud Templar, said Ivanhoe. Hast thou forgotten that twice didst thou fall before this lance? Remember the lists at Acre. Remember the passage of arms at Ashby. Remember thy proud vaunt in the halls of Rotherwood, and the gauge of your gold chain against my reliquary, that thou wouldst do battle with Wilfred of Ivanhoe, and recover the honour thou hadst lost. By that reliquary, and the holy relic it contains, I will proclaim thee, Templar, a coward in every court of Europe, in every preceptory of thine order, unless thou do battle without farther delay. That bold challenge can be found in this magnificent book. This is Ivanhoe by Sir Walter Scott, the famous historical novel Ivanhoe by Walter Scott. This is Walter Scott's most famous book, and he wrote a lot of books, this guy, Sir Walter Scott. But Ivanhoe is his most famous. I'm not sure it's his best, but it could be his most fun. This is a pretty exciting book. It's an extremely entertaining book. As a historical novel, the history is a little... But, that's all right. Because this book, like I said, is an awful lot of fun. It was originally published in 3 volumes in 1819. So, a while ago, this book was published. But it reads pretty well for a modern reader, I think. Once you read a few pages of this, you're pretty much into the swing of things. And you can go right along with the exciting action and the drama and the romance, because it has all of those things in here. This is the story of Wilfred of Ivanhoe. And he's fallen out of favor with his father, Cedric, who is a Saxon. He's of the Saxon nobility. But at this time in England, the Normans are on top. And so it's hard times for the Saxons. And so Cedric is kind of pissed off at his son Wilfred, because Wilfred has run off with the Norman King Richard to the Crusades. So, that's put a strain on their relationship. Also, Wilfred here has gone and fallen in love with Rowena. He's fallen in love with Rowena, the Lady Rowena. Rebecca's somebody else that I'll talk about in a minute. So he's fallen in love with Rowena, who is Cedric's ward. So, causing all kinds of trouble, Wilfred. So Wilfred's, he's not on his dad's good side, let's say. And so that causes most of the conflict that happens in this story. But there's a lot of other stuff going on. A lot of other stuff goes on in this book. A lot of exciting stuff. One of the things that this book is most famous for are the tournament scenes. I think we get a lot of our ideas for how the tournaments in the Middle Ages went from this book. The pageantry, the excitement, the jousting, the violence, all of that stuff is in here. And it's just as much fun as you would think it would be. Also, there are some other things going on in this book. This book takes a look at some of the conflict that happened between Jews and Christians, and some of the attitudes towards Jews by Christians at the time. And unusually, this book is sympathetic towards the Jewish characters. And Rebecca, who I accidentally mentioned earlier, is a young Jewish woman who runs into some trouble in this story. And she's one of the most popular characters from this book, actually. A lot of readers hoped that Rebecca and Ivanhoe would get together, but, you know, she's Jewish, so at the time that would be kind of impossible. So yeah, he ends up with boring Lady Rowena, who's a nice enough person, I guess. One thing about this book, one of the things I was impressed with by this book were the characters in this book. There are a lot of characters in this book. And the characters are all really interesting. Sir Walter Scott did a great job with all the personalities, all of the characters, all the subplots involving the characters. All of that was really interesting and really entertaining. That was one of the things I was most impressed by, and I think that's one of the aspects of this novel that really holds up really, really well. A lot of stuff going on in this book. Combat, rescues, kidnapping, a witch trial. A lot of stuff going on in here. You have the main plot. You've got some subplots. You've got little mini adventures going on in here. And like I said, the characters are really interesting. Unusually, Ivanhoe is one of the less interesting characters. But, you know, that's okay. He's a nice enough fella, Ivanhoe. This does have one of the most anticlimactic final battles in all of historical fiction, I think. You're waiting for this final fight, and then it happens, and it's like, is it done? It's over already? But other than that, great book. A lot of fun. Really interesting. And for a book that was written in 1819, like I said, it really reads well today. I highly recommend it. Also, Robin Hood's in here. Got a lot of cool characters from the Middle Ages. Robin Hood, Friar Tuck. I mean, that's enough for you to want to read it right there. So, Ivanhoe by Sir Walter Scott, your Sunday Penguin for today. Run out and read this book. Okay, guys. I will catch you next time.